avoid and not be duplicated.
The other two deans, I'm on the MSPCC, and they're, so we will watch it. I'll send you an email.
City Council. I got to know David on the campaign trail. He's wonderful, filled with great ideas. Everyone here okay in the back? Can you hear okay? Yeah. All right.
Mary's taking
Well, it's a great year. We have a great candidate running. He has a great chance of winning this important seat. He's done a wonderful job for Republicans and others across the state. And tonight we have a tremendous speaker here. Another person who has done his job, working throughout the state, shaking a lot of hands, has done a tremendous job as leader of the state senate. Richard Say is going to be speaking as well. Richard started his career, he was the youngest person ever elected to be a state rep. He worked really hard on the campaign trail. He served us well as a state senator. It is my pleasure to introduce him to speak with you tonight to support Dave as city councilor.
Let me just say it's great to see so many people here. I'm looking out in the crowd, and beforehand, had a chance to say hello to a lot of people who were so helpful to me. And I wanted to say tonight, first, before I do anything, thank you for all the assistance that you provided to me over the last year. It's always great to know that you have friends at your back when you're running for office. And I know Dave must feel terrific tonight, seeing the crowd that turned out here, knowing that you're all going to be in his back and really pushing him forward as he moves ahead during the course of this campaign. Now, does everybody know who introduced me? This is Mary Z. Connaughton, who was a candidate. She was a candidate for state auditor. And when you're running statewide, you go to all the chicken dinners together. We were like together every single day. And we don't see each other. Now, of course, we look calm, rested, tanned. You know, Dave looks like a mess because he's running right now. But Mary, I haven't seen in so long. And so I'm so glad that you came out tonight to support David because it's really important. And I noticed Barbara Murphy's here, our city councilor. Who I got to work with an awful lot when I was state senator, who was on the city council. He did a lot of great things for the city of Malden. And I know that once he's elected mayor, he's going to do a lot of great things for the city of Malden as the mayor, Gary Christian. I did have the opportunity to serve. I represented 6 communities for 20 years. And during that period of time, there was always one of the communities in my district that would flare up. That would be a problem because they didn't have good leadership. And then they'd get good leadership and then do terrific, but another community would have a problem. Malden has been very fortunate for a long period of time because there's been such great people involved, like Barbara and other people on the city council. And the mayor here, and I don't know if people noticed, Mayor Howard was here a little earlier. He is without a doubt the best public official that I've ever served, that I served with during my entire tenure. He did so much for the city and really moved the city forward and ahead. But as people know, he's retiring, so we're going to have an open mayor's seat, and there are a bunch of city councils who are retiring. So this is a really important election because Malden is going to be electing a lot of new leaders. And it's really important for all the progress that's been made over the past few years, for Malden again to continue to move forward and elect good people who can represent the city, keep them financially solvent, and do the things that Malden needs to move ahead. That's why I wanted to make sure I was here tonight to support my friend David D'Arcangelo, because David is exactly the type of person that we need in city government when all the tough decisions are being made over the next few years. I know Dave worked in my office in the state senate. He made me look good for years. He was my municipal liaison. He worked with all the mayors, all the selectmen, all the school committee members, solving problems and helping communities. I just know that he would be a perfect choice for city council at large here in Malden. He's a hard worker. He's very dedicated. Anybody who knows Dave knows that once he sets his mind to something, he's going to work really hard to get it accomplished. And I think people who know Dave know and would agree with me that he's not really, he's the type of person who will get elected that will do the job and do the job for all the right reasons. And he's exactly the type of public official that the city of Malden needs. And again, I'm glad he was invited me here to say a few words for him. I'm glad all of you are here tonight. It's great to see such a great crowd. And without any further ado, I'd like to introduce to you a good friend of mine, a good friend of yours, and the next city council at large here in the city of Malden, my good friend Dave D'Arcangelo.
Thank you so much. It's so great to be with you. It's a great turnout. Did you come out for me or for all seasons or for the girls? I'm not sure. It's a great night, so thank you very much. It's a hat trick. It's a hat trick. Thank you. So I want to thank Richard for introducing me. Thank you. But next time I know it's going to work for you because you still have a lot left in the tank. And Mary mentioned that he was the youngest ever elected, and he hasn't aged a day since I met him. So he's still, thank you again, Richard. I really appreciate it. And thank you, Mary, for coming all the way out from Metro West. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I got to know Mary, working with her on her campaign for auditor, advising her a little, and she came up just a little bit short. We hope to keep her involved and have her in a leadership position sometime soon. So while I'm thanking everybody, I would love to thank you all really for coming out. I know what a challenging economic situation we're in, and money is tight for everybody, so it really means a lot to me that you can come and support me. Thank you so much, really, from my heart. There's a couple of people who I have to mention exclusively, and of course it starts with my wife, Lisa. And really, she's the power behind any position, anything I do. She's just completely is supportive in so many different ways. So I thank you so much for your love and support, and thank you. Because I'd be nowhere without you. So I also want to thank my father-in-law, Carmen. Where is he? Was Carmen?
He's big.
Here he is. Here tonight. My mother-in-law, Mary, I want to thank. She's home with Isabella. So, wish Isabella to be here. That's really the foundation for my life, and Richard touched upon it a little. Public service is my passion. I think you all know that. I went to my first public meeting when I was 8 years old, worked on my first political campaign when I was 10. My dad was an elected official, so it's really in my blood, and I want to bring that to the Malden City Council. And I guess I'd start there with the three things that I want to bring to the City Council are the fiscal approach to making sure we keep our taxes low. That's the first thing. The second thing is public safety. I really believe we need to make sure that Malden is as safe and secure as it can be. I think we have good things going on, but we can do better. And really the final thing would be the approach, the overall approach, the level of the discourse, especially the stuff that's happened recently on City Council. I would like to try to raise that level of civil discourse and really make it constructive. Let's agree to disagree. You know, I think Richard and I worked together for a number of years. I think a dozen years. We haven't agreed on everything, but we're still friends. My wife and I, we've been together, it's going to be 14 years. And anybody who's married here knows you're not always going to agree, right? So, yeah, we're together and we're doing well. So, I think that's part of the approach I want to take to City Council. And really make sure that we can all just agree to disagree. There's so many opportunities that we have here in Malden. I love Malden. I want to make it better. And to go back to my first point about the fiscal conservatism, I really think we can do more with less. We don't need to have a debt exclusion to build a new fire station. I found money in the budget. There's other ways we can go about doing that. We're keeping taxes low, so we're not burdening the people of Malden with higher taxes. Yet we can still get the infrastructure that we need to develop. Not only a fire station and a police station, but other public safety issues as well. I'll give you an example. To build a new mile of roadway is about $1 million. To maintain a mile of roadway is only about $100,000. So rather than keep kicking the can down the road, we should be maintaining our streets so that they don't fall into complete disrepair, that we then end up having to completely redo them over and over. So that's just a little thing. I've spoken with Councilor Christensen on that, and hopefully when he's in the corner office, we can work on that together. I'd like to think I have a great relationship with a lot of the city councilors now. Councilor Murphy, thank you for coming. As well as some others that couldn't be here tonight that I have a great relationship with. And I really just want to build on those and bring that to city council as your representative. Because at the end of the day, this isn't about me. And it's not even about you. It's about us. It's about us together. We, not me, working together. So, a couple of other people who didn't get mentioned. Councilor Matheson. Served as the councilor at large last time in the interim, so now he's running again for Ward 3 Council, so good luck, John, thank you. Who's running, but there are a lot of candidates that I've worked with here over the years, Frank, so many different other people, so thank you for coming out. Again, my message is pretty simple. I want to keep taxes low, I want to keep public safety strong and secure, and I want to make sure we're operating with an approach that is open and accountable to all. I work for you, and I'll be accessible and accountable to anything that you have for me. So, again, I thank you so much by this outpouring of support. I was saying, oh, it's going to rain, and the Brewers going to run, so the fact that you came out, really, thank you so much. Before I end, though, I do want to thank Douglas. Douglas would always do such a great job here, and I was fortunate to have the first ever political event at All Seasons, so we keep the string alive, Doug, and hopefully we can do this for many years to come. So thank you again to everybody for coming. If I haven't met you, if I haven't shaken your hand yet, please, I want to do that. I want to thank you personally for coming out. I'm very grateful, and let's win this thing. I think we're going to win this thing this time around. That's another bullet in our chamber we have, so I really feel good about this going forward, and especially knowing that you're all in my corner. It's going to make it a lot easier knocking on doors this summer and calling everybody, having this picture in my mind that everybody's there supporting me. So thank you again, I really appreciate it.